Hello and welcome to an Ankou or Ankou. I'm not entirely certain how it's pronounced. I've had to look this up because I was kind of curious as to what an Ankou was, which suddenly, after having looked it up, it makes the beginning screen here make a lot more sense. So it's apparently from Breton, Welsh, Cornish, and Norman folklore, basically British folklore, like ancient Celtic stuff. And it's essentially a servant of death. It's basically like part of the origins which kind of form our modern day version of the Grim Reaper, essentially. Traditionally, they would be depicted as having a robe of black, armed with a scythe and a cart. You look at this front page and it's like, oh look, graves in the background, a scythe and a cart, and they would collect the souls of the dead. So basically, it might as well just be labelled as, the Grim Reaper or something. But as far as what the game is, it is essentially a survival crafting roguelike in the style of something like Vampire Survivors. Imagine if you were playing Vampire Survivors, but you had to craft your gear. It's like Vampire Survivors combined with Don't Starve, is the way I would say it, with the sort of grim dark aesthetic it's going for and so on. It's got a roadmap. It's just entered early access, actually. You can see as well on the front page here, next update available in 20 days. It's going to add a new class, and I think that figure that it's got there is going to be the shop that you can buy from. I'll get us started here. As you can see, we've got a long list of different things we can do here to gain additional items. So, we can, for example, at the top, wear 4 rings, we'll receive 2 badges of honor. Activate at least 1 altar will unlock the soldier amulets. Meet your employer once will unlock the healing elixir. So, oddly enough, I heard of this literally the other day, tried the demo, and then saw it was coming out in early access today. And if you're thinking about getting it yourself, it's like £3. It is absolutely nothing. God knows why they're selling themselves so cheaply. I've no idea. But anyway, as you can see, we've got different areas we can go to here. We've only got the initial one unlocked at the moment. It has only just entered early access, but we'll get this selected. Now you'll begin to understand what I'm on about here with it being kind of like Don't Starve. So as you can see, we've got a little objective on the top left there. So use our special ability. Now it wants us to gather some mushrooms. We can talk to this person. Free the village to the northeast. Prevail where I failed. And that tells us where the village is. So again, I've played the demo, so I've beaten this level once. It took a long time for me to get used to it. It took me a while to realise that you can pause the game and there's a map there. So, and I'll just move the mouse so you can see. So, we'll have the shaded areas are brambles here and here. We have a road leading up to the village, which has been destroyed by the big bad monster that we have to beat to clear the level. Right? Along the way, we can choose to go off to these 2 side objectives. This is a quarry. It will have mineral resources for us. Lots of iron and flint. And if we go over to the left, we can go to the graveyard to harvest souls. You need a combination of these resources to be able to craft better armor and weapons. And as you can see, as we've demonstrated, we don't have a block system. We have a sort of we don't have a dodging system like Dark Souls or anything. It's a very much a sort of a perfect parry blocking system. I think if you do time it just before they hit you, you do knock them back as well. There is like a perfect parry thing as part of it. So it wants us to gather some mushrooms, which we will do. And as you can see, we've now got a recipe available to us. So it's telling us here we go to the healing potions, we can find, well, we go to alchemy and we can find a healing potion, we craft it, and we're now back to full health. And it is saying there, unfortunately the potions are so volatile we have to use them immediately, so we can't stash them. If you want to heal, you have to do that on the fly while there's enemies around you. And it does disable your ability to attack while you're doing that, so it can be a bit, yeah, it can get hectic. We'll leave it at that. Right, so we've got the maximum wood at the moment. As you can see, just over time, more enemies are spawning in. And we might want to give ourselves a healing potion now, because we got clipped by those then. Ooh, if we find 5 mushrooms, we can sacrifice them to this altar to gain a bonus. So we may wish to do that. In fact, I would recommend that we definitely do. Okay, so let's see what it's wanting us to do. It wants us to now craft a crossbow. So what we can actually... So we'll make the crossbow here. And we'll just get rid of some of these enemies. Now the one that's marked with a blue icon over them there is carrying a soul that we can harvest if we are if we're capable of killing him, of course. So we're going to want to do that pretty quick. And you may have noticed, though, you know, a bit difficult, so good eye if you did. I can't use 2 weapons, I have to pick one and leave the other. So that's one thing, but you might have noticed a moment ago, we did have a little yellow flash at the top of the screen. There's now a 1 in the middle of that skull. So what this is it's got a difficulty scaling system. If you've played something like, well again, yeah, Vampire Survivors or Risk of Rain or something, they have extended range on those grabs, I'm telling you. I'm going to have to start using my block a bit more than I am doing, I think. That's just trying to move out of the way isn't really cutting it anymore. But yeah, we're going to want to get a potion crafted now. Yeah, so we've got to difficulty 1. We start at 0, and as the difficulty hits a new level, you do get a sort of large wave suddenly come in. So as it transitions between difficulty levels, you get a big wave. Then it kind of calms down, but there will be more spawning in than there were before. So crafting nature, we're still in detection is what it wants us to do next. We'll get that done. Upgrade your weapon in the crafting wheel. So I'm going to want some flint. And you can see it's pointing me in this direction. You can see like little wind icons moving me over here. And it will find me flint. But it's guarded, as you can see. It's spawned enemies in on the flint. Because the game knows that that's a bit of a rare resource. And as you can see, it's still guiding me to more. Which is good, because we want more. It's guiding me over here. And here we are, more flint. If you look in the top right, we can see that I'll have the effects of the wind's guidance for another 10 seconds. It is wearing off, and it's pointing me in the direction of, if you look at the map, it's the quarry that it's trying to guide me toward. Right, I've just taken a second as well to quickly change the settings on the sound as well, because I'm just getting a bit worried that the music might be a bit loud here. But we're doing alright at the moment. So we can now upgrade our weapon in the crafting wheel, which we will do. Unfortunately, we will need some more wood if we're to do that, so let's get some. As you can see, we've got a new enemy there, our first ranged enemy of the game. We can just move out of the way. But, of course, it's going to get a bit more difficult now. Right. But we'll get our weapon upgraded. And we now shoot 3 bolts. And we can one tap the basics. Excellent. Those eyeballs are now no match for me. And most of these basic swarmers we'll just insta-kill if we hit them. Enemies do seem to have like a randomised amount of health, or I don't know if it's the enemies or if it's literally your weapon might have like semi-random damage. Because sometimes you can hit an enemy and it doesn't quite do as much as you'd expect, but anyway. So, craft a spirit whistle in the detection. We'll humour it for now. So that's going to take us to an altar. Ooh. But it looks like we do have to kill this little mini boss in order to gain access. Our ability here as well is quite... it recovers faster than you'd think, so we can be using that a bit more frequently as well. Once we get a spare moment here, we can probably get ourselves this objective done. There we go, he's down. The thing as well is if we get really close to enemies, bait out their attacks and get really close to them, what we can actually do is, it's almost like a shotgun now this, it'll hit with all 3. And we can kind of use it a bit more aggressively if we really want an enemy to die fast. But we do have to be careful if we do that, because if they get us, as we've seen, health is a little bit difficult to recover. Right, we'll get a healing potion made. Get the wood that we need. So we've hit difficulty 3. These can now spawn. And what they can do is basically they will do damage in an area around them. And as long as we're in that area, we'll take tick damage from them. Now before we go any further, let's just get this done. Because we don't have to stand here and wait or anything. So we can get Charm of the Backpacker, Orientation, Max Health, or improve your speed for 8 seconds after a parry has blocked damage but we lose max health. Or we can get a Spirit that fights alongside us. They fight alongside you when you attack, harvest or craft, but disappear when you run. Right. Now, I think we will create a charm. I don't think I'm actually capable of making charms yet. I don't think I've got them unlocked, so getting one of those early on could be quite useful, since I can't make them myself. Yeah, as you can see, we can get really close in on these enemies here, use their slow turn speeds to our advantage. And what we now want to do probably is to... I'm going to start ignoring the tutorial, I think, because it's trying to get me to go through every little thing and I don't really want to. It's saying to upgrade our soul, but honestly, I think that's in rituals, and I don't think I actually have access to be able to do that yet. Because I've got souls. I think these shrines as well do come back eventually, but we've got another ghost there, or banshee spirit, whatever it is. It's probably not a banshee because they'd be wailing otherwise, wouldn't they? It just seems to be some kind of ghost of sorts. Anyway, I want to start hitting them, keep our distance, and we should be able to. There we go. Got them. Right. Now, we'll see this one off as well. So what we can do, and we'll do this just before we're going to get we'll try our first boss out, is we can tag this, we'll put a little star on it there to favour the recipe. But also we can shortcut it, so it's in the bottom right of the left directional now, and that means we can craft that on the fly by pressing that button. We'll not do the same for our armour, but we will mark these as well to just highlight their recipes, and we will put that on down as well. So now we've got a shopping list on the left side for resources we need in order to get all that stuff. So as you can see, we've got most of it, and we can now upgrade our crossbow, and we can upgrade it a few times actually. We've got enough materials. As you can see as well, we've just hit difficulty 4, and as I said, a slightly larger than average wave will suddenly spawn in as the difficulty changes. We've got these two pudgy fellas this time. You might notice as well, some little touch that I really love, the music gets more intense as the waves go on. But yeah, you can see that the difficulty is really starting to ramp up now. So that's kind of been our slow little get into things type moment, and now we're getting into the game proper. So this is what we're going to have to contend with pretty much at a regular basis from now on, whilst we're trying to gather and craft things. So it's getting a little bit more hectic, needless to say. Right, what we probably need now is to get some more wood, because we've been gathering that many materials while I've just been kind of showing you the basics here. But there's actually a lot that I can upgrade that I haven't yet, that I probably need to. Now, we've seen enemies marked with a blue soul so far. That one there is marked with a purple. I should also point out that the enemies with souls are usually upgraded. You can think of them as being like an elite or something. So he's going to do a hell of a lot more damage and have a lot more health than your average enemy of that type. As you can see, he fires twice rather than once. And if he hits me, he will rip about half my health off in a single blow, quite easily. Nearly there, he's about halfway, just over. Now getting another ghost coming, so that's going to kind of act a bit of crowd control for us. We have to watch out as well when we go past him, because he's got a short range, like, sort of melee attack with his tongue. Once he's dead, of course. Well, the problem now that we're getting is we're probably being a bit slow here. I tried to carry that down, but I think I might not quite hit the input quick enough. So we'll need souls to use that now. Luckily, we do have all these souls coming in, but before we do anything, we are going to need to gather some more wood, and get ourselves crossbow upgrade. Which of these is stopping me from getting a crossbow? I need 3 blue souls, right. That could be a bit difficult to get. Some issues here, I can say that much. Right, one of the ghosts is about to go. Okay, there's 2 of them now. We're going to need to get some upgrades quickly or we'll never kill them. Right, that should just about do it. Ow. Hit. But we are very, very close to death. And another one's coming. Yeah, we're probably on a death spiral here. We can't kill them quickly enough to get time to be able to craft. Got all these following us, waiting for us to stop and start crafting so they can shoot us. Right, got him. Yeah, we killed them and the others are already spawning on. We're about to hit another difficulty spike. Oh, at the top. Probably done here. Say with almost complete certainty we're dead. Right, I think I am just, yeah, I don't see us getting out of this, but there we are, there we go. So that's our first death. So we've unlocked a few things though, as each time we go along we gain a few more items, so we just need to try and get, we just need to try and get a bit further along. and we should be good. But we just need to go faster. So we'll give it another go for the episode. I should be able to do it. I have done it once on the demo, but again, that was on the demo. This is not the demo. This is early access. Balance changes may have occurred. Systems may have changed. But we'll see how we get on. Right. Let's get started by just favoriting our weapon of choice. I do prefer the crossbow because obviously it helps me keep at range. Oh, can we upgrade something already? We get worse crafting efficiency for it, but yeah, we get more max health. We do want to get our crossbow. And got him. Right. Now what we really need is some flint. Luckily, I've got a bit of an idea as to where to get it from. Let's see, if we go outside a certain area as well, too early in the game, it will just increase the difficulty for us. So we can kind of found this in the demo where you can get just up to the barrier of that and grab the flint. Now these are different each time, so this time we can actually grab this. I've not seen this before, a hand grenade spirit. I could use that. Let's see, small health bonus each time a parry blocks at least 1 damage. Lucky events heal 1 heart, but we lower our max health with these. Or we could get a sword spirit. I'm gonna get the hand grenade spirit. I think that's gonna be an obvious choice. That. Right. Now. I'm liking this hand grenade spirit. It's not brilliantly accurate with it. Very hit and miss. So that guy is always guaranteed to spawn there, or at least he was in the demo. So you can always find that skeleton with a soul available early game. What we can do now though, we can get this crafting done. And our spirit friend got our back then, lovely. We're going to craft an even better crossbow. And as you can see, we're still on the first difficulty, but our crossbow is now level 3. So we're doing much better now. Now that I'm kind of focused in it, and rather than trying to worry myself with... Ooh, nearly got us. Rather than trying to worry myself with if I'm making sure I'm explaining all the systems and showing them off and that. So, what we can also do as well, we can follow this up here. And as you can see, we've got a number of enemies here, but we do have a bunch of animal corpses, which can give us a lot of skins for them. Now the skins, as well as all the iron we've gathered, can be used to create a nice amount of armour for us. Very good for starting the game out on. Right. Now, one thing we can do as well is we can upgrade our tools down here. So, actually, can we upgrade tools then? No, I don't think we've unlocked the ability. And it looks like we have to first get the spirit from a shrine before we can actually start upgrading them. Okay, so that's a bit different from the demo. Right. We'll get the shrapnel upgrade for our crossbow, so when it hits an enemy it'll splinter off into more projectiles. We can use our ability as well there, that shield we can bring up, to cancel out of crafting animations as well, and gathering animations. Quite handy in a pinch. Now we'll get these mushrooms while we're here. And there's some flint, of course, lovely. And I do believe it's souls that we need now to craft some better gear. So if we want a better crossbow, for example, we'll need to grab ourselves some more souls. Right, we're getting to the max fibres, so let's see if that can get us some better armour. It can, and we can get chest, leggings. We'll need more iron there, more. We'll need a soul here, but we can get the boots. We can get another upgrade to the boots. So we've now got way more health. We'll need more iron, souls, and just, yeah, iron again. Charm of the infantryman, we can get max health and skill charges, or movement speed and movement speed while crafting. I'll be honest, harvester is probably going to be better for us. What do we need for this? More souls. Right. Ooh, healing potion, healing elixir. So that heals you for that heals you 2 for the cost of 3 mushrooms, or 5 for the cost of 6. Okay, so elixir is a bit better. Okay. And so yeah, we need 2 souls for the next crossbow upgrade. Now this, if you see these swirls, that means there's a boss. So we can go and talk to this spirit again. There was no turning back. So there's 2 types of bosses. And basically, well, 2 types of boss encounters. The one in the graveyard and down in the quarry, the ones off to the side, are both optional. And you can go into the boss and challenge them, and if you exit the arena it just resets the boss. You can just retreat. No issue. But the red ones, like this one ahead, is a mandatory boss. You have to beat them to progress. And you can't go onwards without doing it. if you challenge them, it's to the death. So you've got to fight to the death. There's no escaping it. If you fail, you die. As you can see, our weapon is far more upgraded. Keeping in mind, we are only on difficulty 2 at the moment. Blunderbuss Spirit, or we can get Jacket of the Artisan for max health and craft efficiency. That said, we have already got an upgraded infantryman jacket, so I think Blunderbuss Spirit for this. We can also, now we've got some souls, get an upgrade to our crossbow. As you can see, we are doing a lot of good work here. So we are able to get far more done. Absolutely wrecking shop with our weapons now. Right, so what we're needing is more flint and more. What's it? Yeah, we need more flint and more iron more than anything else. So going to the quarry would be a good idea here. And it looks like we have just arrived there. So we'll get this mined out. As you can see with those green swirls to the right here, the lion's share of the resources are in there for us to get, but they are guarded by a mini-boss. But we do want this iron. And we'll see if we can just very quickly get them. There we go. And see what we can craft. Oh wow, we could go all in our space here if we wanted. What would we need for the crossbow now? We need a lot more souls. So what's he got to say? You don't die like me, friend. No idea. Very quick then. And we're going to want... Yep, there we go. Lovely, lovely, tasty souls. And some flint. Should give us a crossbow upgrade. Now on level 5. Get the splintering ammo. And just try and clear out all the various enemies that are coming our way before we go in here. Right, let's get these souls as well. It's quite difficult to get these. Try and get the reaver where we can actually kill and harvest them. Right. So we can prevail or we can flee. As you can see, it summons the smaller ones in as well. And if we get right up in there, we can better dodge him. So we can turn fast than him then. But also, with our ability being like a shotgun at this point. The closer we get, the more we get from him. And as you can see, he gives us a higher value soul. He gives us a purple one. And that's a new mechanic. So because we've beaten a boss, as you can see on the top there, it looks like it's given us some free time where we're not going to face anything for a little while. Right, that's a very big new change from the demo. So we need some wood for the crossbow. So we've got some breathing room. Right, let's get this crafted. What else can we make here? We can make chest plate of the infantryman. We can make that as well, and we can get all of these. And what would we need for the next crossbow? It's going to need another cursed soul, and this needs wooden saltpeter. Yeah, this is really not that difficult to craft, is it? Might as well get all our armour crafted while we're here. And get some more of this harvested. Because iron takes ages to harvest. There are upgrades you can get to this later down the line. As you can see, our armour sets are now starting to require souls. Oh, and we are starting to get some tougher enemies. But as you can see, we are devastating them at this point. Oh, lovely. A fresh soul. That, kill these. I think what we'll do then is we'll check out the altars to see if they can offer us anything new. So they might give us a cheap upgrade or something. We'll trust our spirits to get our back while we just finish harvesting here. Just going to need to gather. Oh, there's a cursed soul. Like again, it delivered almost. We'll get another upgrade to our shrapnel shots. You'll notice now we'll shoot something and shrapnel will just burst out as it hits things, and it's giving us a lot of nice crowd control damage. That really helping us clear out the basic enemies here, these little arachnid things. Right, there we go. Now we just have to clear these out, so we've got a spare moment, there we are, to grab this. What do we require? We need wood and we need... Yeah, we just need to go and harvest some trees basically, don't we? And we could do with a healing item. As you can see, we're getting a bit more hectic now. Having to kind of craft as we go and gather as we go. As long as we keep on top of our damage, we'll be fine. Because that's when you really screw up. When you aren't doing enough damage anymore, you'll go for a round or two, being able to hold them off, but you'll not be able to find the time to do gathering and crafting, and you just slowly over a round or two die. That's typically how you die. Now I've got the maximum amount of wood. Let's get our crossbow upgrade. We're now on tier 7, and we'll get some shrapnel. We should probably be able to contest the bosses at this point, and I don't just mean the optional ones. As you can see, our armour is more combat oriented, so we're now able to attack faster. But it's come at the cost of our crafting speed, but I think the penalty to it's getting lesser as we get better armour here, so. We'll get that shrapnel upgrade again. This. So I've got a cursed soul in this guy. Just block the melee attack. Really getting his grill. I didn't know there were collisions with the fat guy's body as he goes down. Got stuck on him. There's the melee attack. Now I've got a few seconds here before it comes off cooldown. And these are going to become a regular enemy now. These are no longer just mini bosses. In the way this is now the standard that we'll have one of these about. But as you can see, they're not that big of an issue now, and they actually help us because we need those for our gear at this point. We'll have to block that for a second. Got all this harvested, the purple one especially. Maximum souls, there's something. Right. We need fibres for a lot of these. What we can probably do, actually what we'll need, saltpeter, all of that, right. If we get some saltpeter, then we can upgrade those, and that will use our souls in some capacity then, so we're not hoarding too many resources around spending. Because having resource float is bad. I've played RTS games, I know all about that. That might give us a moment here. Let's grab the upgrade. Mining outcrop there for iron. Lovely. Yeah, as you can see, we're definitely getting a bit more intense at this point. We'll reap this soul. And we'll have to remember, if we want any more souls, there's a bunch over this way. We might also want to grab some iron while we're here. We also want plant fibers, if I remember correctly. And we're going to want to hurry up now. We can probably, like I said, we can probably at this point challenge the bosses. And we should do, because the wave's going to end up becoming more deadly than them at this rate. We can get a breather by defeating one of them. We could certainly upgrade our gear a lot. Right. Let's see what it demands. I'm more than happy to pay that. Wow, we can just get a hand grenade level 7. Look now, we've upgraded our crossbow to a ludicrous amount at this point. Our boots are already level 5, so it's not a massive upgrade. I think we'll just go for a spirit upgrade. Right. The spirits, by the way, if you're wondering what upgrading them does, so it is like the equivalent, so say I've upgraded the musket to level 3. It is like me having a level 3 musket that is being used on top of my regular weapon. So it's almost, if you want to equip a second weapon, you can just create a spirit that uses that weapon. And that's how you kind of get that function there. So, I'd love to get those powerful souls, but why at this moment? Grab one at least. I think that's probably going to have to be it. We're going to have to go and get, I think now, some bosses killed, or we're not going to be able to. Now the graveyard, the optional boss, gives us a lot of souls. We don't currently really need souls. And as you can hear from the music getting more intense suddenly, we've just hit level 7 difficulty. We really, really, really want to hurry the hell up here. Of course, all of this said, if we beat these bosses, I do believe that we will get some time back. So I'll just be calm for a few moments. I think his melee has extended range, we've looked at that. So nothing's spawning for a little while, it looks like. Though we've still got the current things to deal with. And there's a lot of them. We've got plenty of souls for the moment. And the finale is just there, so... Right, we've got our crossbow to rank 9. I think we are going to have to try it now. We're just going to have to give it a go. Before it just spams those until we die. Now, while we're in here, the enemies outside, I don't believe can come in. So as you can see, the challenge is essentially, can we beat the two bosses that we face up to this point at the same time? And that's it. Now we've got one down, we can focus this one. And we'll just kill the ads so that we're not having to dodge too many shots in different directions. There we go. We've unlocked the Crucible. We've unlocked the Apothecary class. We've unlocked a new location. And we've unlocked rings that we can now craft. We've unlocked the the harasser set. And we've unlocked a new difficulty mode for this area. As well as a backpack. We'll see how long this goes for, eh? Oh no, that was it. Okay. So we've got 9 out of 28 challenges available for the infantryman. So as you can see there, we can, if we complete the graveyard arena, which we neglected here, we can complete the, we can get a new unlock. We can get Dame Blanche. Whatever that. Oh no, that's the name of the challenge. Sorry, we unlock the loom. Don't know what it does, but we can unlock it. If we win with no healing potions, we get 2 badges of honor. With no ally, we get another badge of honor. If we win it in less than 10 minutes, we unlock another new difficulty mode. If we eliminate the horde sent by threat level 10, we unlock another new difficulty mode. And let's see, we've got Soldier and 4 plus Darkness. Not certain what it means by that. I'm assuming that it's not the level at the top, because we had... Yeah. And yeah, we receive badges of honor for that. The Hardened Scythe, if we win with the sword. Hardened Scythe is from the demo. It's a very good upgrade. It allows us to mine iron significantly faster. We want that. Win it with any profession. No healing potions. So there's 2 for no healing potions. I think there, isn't there? I might have just seen the same one twice. Survive 10 minutes in... that's what we're doing. We're getting to Brecilian. Or Brecilian? Brecilian. It's either Brecilian or Brecilian. One or the other. So in Brecilian, we can do another set of challenges. So win a profession. None. Coming soon. I think that's on their list of stuff to do for September. So that'll be like within the next month or so. But yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of things to get there. The apothecary is new. We might have to try that. So I might try them with the new map maybe next. So I'm probably going to do a small series on this. Don't expect me to complete it or anything. It is in early access, so I'm probably going to have a nice go on it for the channel. Then I'll probably play a lot more of it myself in my off time, and just play a bit to get most of these challenges just done, and probably maybe come back to this at its release out of early access. We'll see, but it's very interesting. It's only £3, which I cannot believe. I cannot believe this is £3. Something as polished. But thank you very much for watching. This has been an Ankou, or an Ankou. I don't know which it's pronounced, but yeah. Thank you very much for watching though, and I'll see you in the next episode. I'll see you then.